back, everyone, to another exciting and emotional deep dive into the world of Korean entertainment. If you've clicked on this video, it means you're curious about the story that has been making headlines everywhere. Jun-ho and Yoona finally revealing why they kept their love a secret from their colleagues. Fans all over the world have been buzzing, sharing their reactions, and speculating about what went on behind the cameras. Today, we're going to walk through their journey, the unspoken moments, the sacrifices they made, and the deeply touching reasons they chose silence over exposure. And as always, I want you to join in. Don't just sit back and listen, but share your thoughts in the comments. Imagine yourself in their shoes and ask yourself, if you were in their position, would you have done the same? It all begins with the undeniable chemistry that audiences noticed during their projects together. From the very first moment, Jun-ho and Yoona appeared side by side, whether it was on variety shows, drama promotions, or even brief red carpet glimpses, people couldn't help but point out how natural they seemed with each other. The teasing glances, the subtle smiles, the small gestures that spoke louder than words. Fans didn't just see actors working together, they saw two people who clearly shared something deeper. But for years, the public only speculated, never having the full truth. Now that truth is out, and it's even more heartwarming than expected. Imagine being in their position. Two of the most recognizable faces in Korean entertainment, constantly surrounded by cameras, staff members, fellow actors, managers, and even strangers who analyze your every move. Falling in love in such an environment isn't just difficult, it can feel impossible. Yet Jun-ho and Yoona did fall for each other, and they held on tightly to their bond, even when it meant staying quiet. The question is, why the secrecy? Why keep something so beautiful hidden for so long? Jun-ho admitted in a recent interview that the decision wasn't just about them, but also about the people around them. He explained that on set, colleagues depend on trust, focus, and professionalism. The last thing they wanted was for anyone to think that their personal feelings were interfering with their work. He said something that really struck fans. When you're filming with so many people, everyone puts their heart into the project. We didn't want anyone to feel uncomfortable or distracted because of us. Doesn't that sound like a line straight out of a K-drama itself? But it wasn't scripted, it was real, and it showed just how much thought went into every step they took. Yoona, on her side, confessed that she struggled with the idea of keeping their relationship hidden. She's known for her honesty and warm personality, so it was tough for her not to share something that made her so genuinely happy. But she also acknowledged that the entertainment world can be harsh. Rumors spread faster than truth, and a single misunderstood glance could create a storm online. She admitted, "I wanted to protect what we had. Sometimes protecting love means keeping it away from too many eyes." And honestly, that line resonated with millions of fans who've experienced relationships that feel fragile when exposed to the world. Now, here's something for you to think about. Have you ever kept a relationship secret? Maybe from friends, colleagues, or even family, just to keep it safe from judgment or misunderstanding? If yes, you know exactly what they were going through. It's not about being ashamed of love. It's about guarding it like a treasure until it's strong enough to withstand the storms. That's exactly what Jun-ho and Yoona did. They weren't hiding because they were unsure. They were hiding because they were sure, and they wanted to give their love the best chance to grow quietly. Another factor they revealed was the fear of hurting their colleagues' trust. When you're working in a tight-knit industry, relationships can easily be misunderstood as favoritism. Imagine being on a drama set where decisions have to be made quickly. Emotions run high, and everyone is already under pressure. If people thought Jun-ho and Yoona were giving each other special treatment, it might have created tension or even jealousy, and that's something they never wanted. Instead, they chose to keep everything professional on the surface, all while cherishing their private world away from the spotlight. Interestingly, colleagues who later found out about their secret romance shared that they were touched by how much respect the two had for the team. One staff member even said, "They always made sure that work came first. They were disciplined, and you'd never guess they were in love. But now that I look back, those little smiles make so much sense." Doesn't that give you chills? It's like rewatching old footage and suddenly seeing all the hidden signs you missed before. Of course, it wasn't easy for them. There were moments when Yoona wanted to hold his hand openly, or Jun-ho wanted to send her a smile without worrying about who was watching. They revealed that they sometimes stole little moments, like exchanging quick looks in between takes or finding ways to support each other silently. Fans, after hearing this, started combing through old clips, rewatching press conferences and behind-the-scenes videos, and suddenly realizing, that's why they looked at each other like that! If you're a fan, you've probably gone back and done the same. Admit it, haven't you? And then there's the emotional side. Keeping a relationship hidden for so long isn't just about discipline. It can be exhausting. They both confessed that there were days when the secrecy weighed heavily on them. Imagine wanting to share your joy with the world, but knowing you can't. Imagine celebrating an anniversary quietly, without the ability to shout it from the rooftops. But they both agreed it was worth it, because what they gained was something much stronger: trust in each other. They built a bond that didn't need the validation of outsiders. That's rare, even outside the entertainment world. Another point Jun-ho made was about timing. He said that revealing their relationship too early might have jeopardized not just their personal happiness, but also their careers. The industry can be unforgiving, and they both had major projects lined up. He didn't want people to think their roles or opportunities came because of their romance. For two people who worked so hard to earn their reputations, protecting that was essential. And really, don't you think that shows just how wise they were? They weren't just thinking about themselves. They were thinking about their teams, their fans, and their future. Now that their secret is out, fans are overjoyed, not just because their suspicions were confirmed, but because of how beautifully the couple handled everything. Instead of a messy scandal or rushed announcement, they gave us a love story full of patience, respect, and maturity. Netizens have been flooding social media with comments like, "This is the kind of love story that deserves to be in a drama," and "No wonder their chemistry was so strong, they weren't acting." Some even said they feel like proud friends who finally got to see their loved ones come out into the light. Think about this. If you were one of their colleagues who had no idea, how would you feel right now? Surprised? A little betrayed that you weren't told earlier? Or maybe touched that they respected your workspace so much that they kept their love hidden? This is where the story becomes truly interactive, because everyone reacts differently. Some of their colleagues reportedly laughed and said, "We knew something was going on, we just didn't say it out loud." Others were genuinely shocked, saying they had no clue. And that mix of reactions makes the story even more human. In the end, Jun-ho and Yoona's decision to hide their relationship wasn't about lies, it was about love. They proved that sometimes the strongest relationships are the quiet ones, the ones built away from the noise and the spotlight. And now, by sharing their reasons openly, they've given fans a chance to understand, not judge. They've reminded us that celebrities are human, with hearts that need protecting, just like ours. So, as you finish listening to this story, I want to ask you, do you support their decision to keep things private? Do you think they should have revealed it earlier? Or do you agree that the timing was perfect? Drop your answers in the comments, because your opinions matter in keeping this conversation alive. And don't forget, love isn't always about grand gestures. Sometimes it's about quiet sacrifices that make the bond unbreakable. This is the story of Jun-ho and Yoona, a love that bloomed silently, survived in secrecy, and finally stepped into the light with grace. And maybe, just maybe, it's a reminder for all of us that sometimes protecting what's precious means keeping it safe until the world is ready to understand.